Live from our 7 Tasmania studios, your nightly news with Louise Huber begins now.
Good evening. Collingwood fans are celebrating tonight after claiming their 16th premiership in a blockbuster grand final at the Melbourne Cricket Ground. Meanwhile, thousands of footy fans have packed pubs and venues today as grand final mania swept the state. Pies fans tonight in celebration mode after Collingwood secured their first AFL premiership win in 13 years.
A sea of black and white clashing with maroon, yellow and blue, packing pubs across the state. Crowds securing their spot in front of the big screens to watch this year's AFL Grand Final. For many, the celebrations kicked off early.
So we're going for the Pies today. Very excited to be here, down from Melbourne for the big weekend. So very excited.
Brisbane! Woo! Up the Lions! Come on!
Pubs, clubs and bars preparing for the big afternoon.
We're probably looking at about 600 people through the doors in the next hour. That little party will go on throughout the night.
For venues like the Mets in Sandy Bay showing the game, the major cash injection was welcomed.
Really important, especially for venues like us. We're very much a summertime venue, so having the sun and everything turn out like this as well, it's great for us. We have more people coming through and everything, so it's great.
First-time host, the Pavilion on Salamanca full to capacity as fans from across the country packed in to the new establishment.
There's a lot of locals in, but there's a lot of Victorians, surprisingly.
For most fans, the drink of choice was beer or wine, while for others, they put their faith in these Lions and Pies-themed shots for good luck.
Over in Melbourne, the pre-game festivities saw Tassie Devils midfielder and defender Ari Schoenmaker score 53.7 metres in the longest kick competition.
Draft recruits watching this all night. Just faded.
That's rubbish.
Is it rubbish? No, it's not rubbish.
As many share hopes of a Tassie AFL Grand Final of our very own someday.
It's crazy beneficial for us. Obviously, as sports bar, we're pretty aimed at this sort of thing, but when we have our own team doing this every week, it can be like this every week.
Even the PM sharing his 2 cents.
Getting more Tasmanians involved with their own team at last.
In the meantime, a Collingwood Magpies win will have to do. Ruby Cairns, 7 Tasmania News.
Tasmanian Navy cadets have been given a taste of what their future could hold as the HMAS Huon berthed in Devonport today. The stopover had special meaning for one crew member as he arrived back in home waters.
Giving the next generation an insight into the careers that protect Australian waters.
It's very, very nice to see all of these Navy personnel that are just very interested in what they're doing and that are very, very skilled at it too.
Northwest Navy cadets touring the HMAS Huon minesweeper ship.
We are very highly specialised in detecting and destroying sea mines and keeping the waterways for Australia's ports and the approaches to Australia free for commercial shipping.
The up-and-comers getting a behind-the-scenes look of a day in the life, testing out the machines and trying on the stealth kits weighing more than 40 kilograms.
That's the primary MCM diving set that we will use. It's got a really low magnetic signature, low frequency, so it allows us to get close to mine shapes without initiating anything.
We've shown them around the entire ship, demonstrated the capabilities that we have, the diving equipment, recompression chamber. They've been through our operations room.
The tour helping prepare for a future in the Defence Force.
I have looked of putting my name into the Navy. I've done that already, which is quite nice. I'm hoping to become a military police in there.
I was actually very interested in going to ADFA, the Australian Defence Force Academy, and I was looking into that, into especially becoming an officer in the Navy.
For the commanding officer, berthing in Devonport is extra special.
I grew up in a small town called North Motton, which is just south of Ulverston.
The crew will depart Devonport on Monday afternoon before taking the scenic route to Coles Bay and Port Arthur and then arriving in Hobart on Thursday. Talia Jordan, 7 Tasmania News.
With daylight saving ending tonight, Tasmanian households are being urged to check their smoke alarms.
This time of year, when we're changing our clocks for daylight saving, we'd like to remind people to change their smoke alarm batteries.
Meanwhile, a man in his 60s was rescued from a smoke-filled home at Ravenswood last night after falling asleep while cooking. He was taken to hospital for observation. The house did have working smoke alarms. Tasmania's Jack Jumpers are coming home empty-handed after losing the first game of the NBL season. The team had 95 points on the board when the game wrapped up, but it wasn't enough to take out the Perth Wildcats, who haven't lost a home opener since 2014.
Standing out amidst a crowd of red, Tasmania's Jack Jumpers sporting game faces for round one of the NBL season.
Two of the leading contenders in NBL 24 get their campaigns underway.
The Jackies started off strong despite playing on Perth soil. Crawford catching the jump ball and making net just seconds later.
He goes straight to work. A bit of a breakdown defensively from the Wildcats.
The Jack Jumpers leading the opening term with 12 points on the board before the Perth Wildcats dug their claws in.
Kinder with power.
The Cats coming back with vengeance, swiping the lead in the second quarter and refusing to let go. The Jack Jumpers staying hot on their tail the entire match in hopes to redeem themselves.
Outside to McVeigh. 1 point game.
Strong words from Scott Roth in the dying seconds of the game weren't enough to get his team over the line. The Jack Jumpers down by 6 points when the final whistle blew.
The Wildcats open their season in style.
The team now has a week to tighten up its defence before playing on home turf against the Sydney Kings next Friday. Brianna Boylan, 7 Tasmania News.
Good evening. Today, Hobart 24, Launceston and Burnie 19, 17 degrees in Devonport. The state's top 27 at Friendly Beaches, St Helens 25, Maria Island and Ooze 23, the Islands, and Grove 21, Wynyard 19, Lyweenie 18, 17 was the top for Lowhead and Strawn. The visible satellite shows areas of cloud drifting across the state today. A band of mid and high level clouds stretches from WA to Tasmania. The rest of the country is mostly cloud free. Tomorrow, a cold front is moving over Tasmania in the morning, followed by a ridge of high pressure as a trough stretches from the far northwest of Victoria. North to northwesterly winds 20 to 30 knots, reaching up to 35 knots over northern and eastern waters. The west and south expecting west to southwesterly swells 2 to 3 metres, with similar conditions in the south. A gale warning has been issued tomorrow between Stanley to St Helens Point and also for the lower east coast. There is also a strong wind warning for remaining coastal waters. Tomorrow, Hobart, a shower or two, expecting windy conditions with 20 degrees. Similar conditions for Richmond, 21, showers for Ooze with 19. A shower or two in Launceston with 19, a possible shower in Devonport and Deloraine, 17's the top. Burnie, windy with possible showers, 16, showers also for Strawn and Curry with 17. St Helens, partly cloudy, 21, windy and partly cloudy in Swansea, also 21, with cloud clearing in Whitemark with 21 degrees. To the 3-day forecast, Monday, fine until showers develop about the northwest with patchy early morning frost. Tuesday, showers more frequent about the north and west, easing during the afternoon and evening. Wednesday, scattered showers about the northeast with isolated showers elsewhere. Taking a look now to the mainland tomorrow, developing showers in Perth 21, 35 and sunny in Darwin, warming up in Sydney with 37 degrees. And currently it's mostly cloudy statewide, Hobart 18, Launceston 15, mostly cloudy also for Devonport with 14. Lou, you must be super proud of those hot pies after a nail-biting win this afternoon.
I certainly am. Absolutely beside myself, absolutely. Thank you for that, Gaia. And that is all your news for this Saturday grand final night. Thank you so much for joining us. A quick reminder to wind the clock forward with daylight saving starting tomorrow. We will be back tomorrow. Enjoy your evening and please stay safe. Good night.